Alahayanawa, Yahweh, Achad, Shema, Yashala, Yahweh, Alahayanawa, Yahweh, Achad, Shema, Yashala, Yahweh, Alahayanawa, Yahweh, Achad. Shalom Akyam. It's a hot spirit wind Judah of the GMS Mississippi camp, giving all honor and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rachak, Dash. Also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder apostles, the great millstone rule well, and peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. All right. And today I want to go into a topic entitled The Opulence of the Kingdom. This is something I was inspired to do last night. And basically it's just going to get into some of the glory of the kingdom. And speaking of glory, it tells you and I think it's Isaiah that we're going to boast in the glory of the Gentiles. So what is the glory? What does the glory consist of within the kingdom? All right, it's the resources. All right, in parts of the earth that's going to be given to us as a gift are from the kings of the other nations. All right. So when it says that we're going to boast in the glory of the Gentiles, all right, that actually goes right into the scripture. All right, Revelations 21, where it says our gates should be open continually, that we're going to receive basically the glory of the Gentiles. All right, we're going to be receiving in great abundance, all right, the gold, all right, the silver, all right, the precious metals. And you have to understand the mind of Yahweh Bashma Shai, all right, and what he likes, all right, and how he thinks, man. All right, and what's considered valuable in reality on the planet Earth, man. All right. So it says that the gates are going to be open continually, all right, pursuant to Revelations, the 21st chapter, all right. What is that going into? Or our economy, all right, or our economy, all right, and people, all right, the nations in great abundance, all right, transporting their goods, all right, to us, because as it says in the scripture, we are a nation that's spoiled. So really what they're going to be giving to us in a good detail, a good number of it is what they've already taken from us. All right. But part of the opulence of the kingdom, man, all right, is that we're going to have riches and wealth in great abundance. So yeah, we do get onto the rulership because that's a thick of the kingdom is the earth being reigned or run in righteousness. All right. That's the thick of it. Okay. But the other perks is the opulence. And something that I've noticed about the 12 tribes of Israel, all right, in their natural state, they're very royal. As it says in 1 Peter 2:9, thou art a holy nation, a royal priesthood. And I think about the tribe of Reuben, today known as the Seminole Indians, so-called Seminole Indians, and I think about those royal turbans that they used to wear. Did they not? I think about Gad, all right, and those royal crowns, those feathered crowns they used to wear. Okay? I think about the northern kingdom in Central and South America, all right, Zebulon. I think about the dresses with the fringes and the different designs, all right? Embroidery. Embroidery is a royal way of wearing your clothes. Embroidered clothing, all right? That's a royal way. That's a royal way of wearing your clothing, all right? In the book of Exodus, it tells you that there were men, all right? And I'll be willing shortly, I'll be able to get these scriptures, all right? But it's the book of Exodus, it tells you there were men and women who were skilled in embroideries, all right? Now, when I think of those embroideries, I think about the northern kingdom, all right? Specifically at this time, the tribe of Zebulon, all right, over there in Central America. And I know some of you brothers who are actually located, in South America, Central America, you know more than I know, about these things, all right? But that royal nature, all right, to have embroideries within your clothing, Zebulon, Gad, all right? You go to a so-called Mexican restaurant, and they'll have those ponchos, those, is it correct, ponchos? All right, and they had those royal colors, like the crimson red, or it'd be several colors. All right, now what did Jacob? All right, I'm sorry, not I'm getting my names mixed up. All right, Jacob. All right, yeah. I'm sorry. What did Jacob give his son Joseph? He gave him, all right, that cloth, that garment with those diverse colors. All right. Now think about, all right, the tribe of Issachar with those ponchos, and it might not be called ponchos. You correct me on the comment board. All right. But you got all those different colors. All right. All those different colors, man. Showing you that was something that was royal, man. All right. You think about these garments. All right. So we got the Northern Kingdom. All right. Gad with their royal fabric, because contrary to Western propaganda, Gad wasn't just entirely wearing a thong dancing around a wildfire. Gad had their own pants, they had their garment on top of their pants, and they had fringes. All right. And of course, there were different varieties within the tribes or within the divisions of the tribes in the Americas, but Gad had fully unclothed garments. And if you were to buy the authentic version of what Gad wore, you would spend hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars. All right. But this is part of the opulent nature of the 12 tribes of Israel, man. And and I can't forget to mention, all right, the Southern Kingdom. All right. Now this is them not in the actual kingdom. I can't fail to mention the Southern Kingdom. All right. Let's go to West Africa. What do you have in West Africa? Dashikis, which are very colorful. And the authentic dashikis have embroideries on them, and it's very royal. Look up dashikis over there on Google Images, Nigeria, different parts of West Africa, man. All right. Then you also look up agbadas. Agbadas actually go back to our culture. All right. But the vast majority of Israel were concentrated in West Africa, and agbadas did not come from Ham. That came from Israel. Akbara goes back to the Hebrew. All right. And then I got some years ago, I did a lesson on it. And I've been willing I could go back and do a lesson on it. But I'm thinking about the attire of Israel. And I says we're going to boast in the glory of the Gentiles, man. All right. And I'm thinking about the nature of Israel in their natural state. They going back to the Southern Kingdom, okay? Going back to the Southern Kingdom, you can watch, like I said the other day, you can watch any footage of Jake in the 1920s and 30s in the inner cities, and they all would look royal. They were royal in a Western way. Now, what does Jake boast themselves on now? All right. Designer clothing. All right. Designer this, designer that, Gucci this, Louis that. Because Jake is he's innately a king. He's innately a prince. All right. But in this captivity, he's one of ignorance who doesn't know where he came from. But as it says in Romans, that roughly paraphrasing, us without the law still keep the law, still by nature keep that law, And but all right, yeah, they're just an announcement saying that the Parker's about to close. But Jake is innately a peacock. The nature of Jake is to be flamboyant. All right, it's to be very aristocratic. All right, um it's actually taboo within Jake culture. When I say Jake culture, especially, I'm familiar with Southern Kingdom, so-called black culture. It's actually taboo within Jake culture, all right, to wear something or to purchase something that's actually cheap. All right. We not a hand-me-down nation. All right. So if Jake can help it, Jake is gonna get the best of the best, especially when it comes to something that's reflective of who he is or who she is. Right? Israelite women love designer clothing, designer purses, designer bags. Hey Jake, if he's not into a newer car, like a Corvette, he's into a big body old school, he's gonna invest a lot of money into it because those things are reflective of his image. All right? Hey, those things are reflective of his image. Okay? And it's like into the crescent flags, those different flags during the time of the Moors, where they had a picture of themselves, all right, in their family's name, all right, on their flags, man. All right, something to that effect. But that goes like into your image, man. That goes to your social media, man. You know, Jake got the social media. They're always projecting some type of power, or even in captivity, man. Right? But guess what? Although they're in the lower state, the rest of the world imitates the flamboyancy and the opulence, all right, in that regal manner of Jake. And Jake is a degenerate king right now, man. But I'm only bringing this out as an example of, I'm only bringing this out as an example of our royal nature that's restricted on this side, all right? And it's only a foreshadowing, all right? It's only a trial run, all right, of the level that we're really going to be, all right? The level we're really going to be when there's no restriction on our royal nature, man, all right? Like it says in Deuteronomy, the woman that was, you know, tender and delicate, they would not set her foot upon the ground for delicateness, man. She had servants carrying her. You think our women are not going to go back to that? Right? She had servants carrying her, man. Why do you think they say women love bad guys or Eve, this and that? Because they want somebody that's going to get them that lifestyle, man. All right? But in the kingdom, they're going to have their lifestyle on a whole more grand level and righteousness. Okay? You see? But going back to the opulence of the kingdom, all right, let's get an example. Sirach 47 chapter, all right, it tells you that King Solomon, the Most High gave King Solomon gold as though it was tin. Now, tin is a very available metal. It doesn't have a high value, all right? And silver is iron, all right? So in other words, the Most High blessed King Solomon with gold and silver as though it was a cheap metal, all right? That's as though, that's like somebody giving you $100 bill or $100, they showering you with $100 bills as though it was $1 bills. The Most High showered King Solomon with gold and silver as though it was tin and iron. And there's also an account with the opulence of King Solomon, all right, which is really Yahushai, all right? It was a foreshadowing of the kingdom of Yahushai, that if a fly touched the vessel of a cup, they threw it away. And it wasn't a paper cup, it was a gold cup. You see, that's called opulent. One thing I noticed about the brothers in this truth, a lot of brothers are aristocratic. They have a very aristocratic thing about themselves, man. Especially when you go to, like, you know, developed cities, bigger cities. But I appreciate that, man. All right, because Jake wasn't meant to be 21 Savage. Jake wasn't meant to be Kodak Black. Jake wasn't meant to just be a big ass athlete and then die. All right, Jake was meant to rule. If you want to ask yourself, what's the purpose of every race on earth? What's the purpose of every nation on earth? The nation of Israel was meant to rule. All right? All right, but the accolade of that rulership is wealth. And we know how to flaunt our wealth. Because that's what a king does. He projects his power. And hence, that's what Yahushua is going to do when he enters into the realm of the planet Earth with all those chariots, man. That's the nature of Jake. All right? So going back to the opulence, King Solomon, if a fly touched one of the gold vessels, they threw the vessel away. Okay? All right? King Solomon, all right, another thing, everybody ate within our kingdom, and all Israelites were basically rich within the kingdom, man, within his kingdom, within that 40-year reign of peace. Okay? You can't tell me that's not only a king, that's a noble king. The mindset of the noble king was everybody eats, man. All right? But let's go to Revelation, the 21st chapter. All right, going back to, we're going to receive day and night the glory of the Gentiles. All right? All right, what are we going to do with the glory of the Gentiles? We're going to utilize it for our kingdom. How else is the 12 tribes going to be built up? The 12 walls going to be built up with 12 precious stones. All right, those stones are going to be something that was imported, all right, from the Gentiles, man. All right? Like Afghanistan is heavy on lapis lazuli, if I'm not mistaken. There's a heavy presence of lapis lazuli in Afghanistan. All right? There's a heavy presence of emeralds, all right, over there in Pakistan. All right? We're going to get that, man. All right, gold, silver, precious stone. We're going to burn them down and rebuild it to our liking. How else is the streets going to be paved with gold, man? See, the prophecies, all right? The prophecies consist of the vision, but the reality of it is the logistics of how it's going to be manifested. And it's going to be manifested through human labor, all right? That's why it tells you that basically the sons of strangers are going to what? Build up our walls. But then it tells you in Revelation 21 what our walls are going to be built up out of, man, which is beautiful, all right? So we're going to really flaunt our nature, our stuff in the kingdom, man, all right? Your children, your sons and daughters are going to be on a very high level, man. You can only watch a documentary about how the royal elite live, man, or how the prince or the royal class of Dubai live, man. All right, but those are going to be our sons. When I say sons, they're going to be our subjects, man. They're going to be under us, man. All right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, the Most High is about to put us on, man. All right, you ever ask yourself, what's the purpose of women? According to the scriptures, are they helpmeets, man? You're going to have a woman for everything you need in your kingdom. You like drinking tea all day, all right? You can have concubines making tea all day. Like the brother Yasha is going into, you can have concubines, all right, burning resins in your palace all day. You can have concubines that's simply there to massage you, all right, as needed, all right? And of course, you're going to do other things when that sun goes down, all right? Because they're your fun things, man, your fun toys, man. All things have their uses, right? The Sultan, all right, which ruled in Europe during the Ottoman Empire, they were known for having a harem that could easily consist of 200 concubines, 300 concubines, man. All right, they could easily have a harem, man. You think we're not going to have that in the kingdom? All right, well, that's part of our opulence, all right? That's part of the opulence of the kingdom, man. It's part of the glory of the kingdom, man. Are you walking and women throwing rose petals as you walk? Oh, I forgot, I stand corrected. You're not going to be walking. Why would you walk, man? That's like disrespectful for a king to walk everywhere. But when you get carried around, all right, when you get carried around, rose petals might be thrown. Or there might be a parade every time you leave the castles, a soundtrack. Like Jake like to ride. Jake like to ride that music loud to project some type of power. Like, yeah, it's me. You think we're not going to be like that on the right-hand side? All right? You think we're not going to be like that on the right-hand side? See, one thing you might not know, or they might not tell you in the Christian world, is that you can be ostentatious and flamboyant in righteousness in a righteous society. Okay? We're going to be high-born and high-minded. Another attribute of the nobility, all right, is that everything has to be perfect. And I know some brothers like that now. Everything has to be perfect, all right? The steak has to be perfect. This diamond has to be cut perfect, all right? This gemstone has to be cut perfect. This woman has to be shaped perfect. If not, send that ass back, man. Part of the ruling class mentality is to demand excellency and to demand quality, all right? Now, let me get some of these scriptures the brothers have put on, all right? This is in his likeness, Joshua Allah, 1 Corinthians 2:9. But as it is written, I have not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which Yahweh have prepared for them that love him, man. All right, if we continue to fight this thing, don't you know we have galaxies prepared for us? You could Google Hubble telescope right now, Hubble spacecraft right now, and Esau has the ability to get a glimpse of those different galaxies, all right, in the universe, man. And those are going to be different kingdoms, dwelling places in the universe, man. Watch the movie Avatar, man. That's going to be light, man. Are you going to breathe perfect air, man? You're going to be breathing perfect air. All right, it's the little things that's probably going to get me in the kingdom. You're going to taste a peach. Anybody ever been down south, had a peach from the farmer's market? All right, that thing is sweet. And that's in a polluted land. Imagine eating fruit in the kingdom, man. All right? You walk around with a glow all day because you eat from a refurbished earth, man. A replenished earth, man. You drinking water from the ocean, and you putting all type of minerals in you, man. All right, hair jet black with a fro. All right, hey, the kingdom, the glory of the kingdom, man. The things that's coming is worth fighting, man. The things that's coming is worth enduring for the kingdom, is what I mean. All right, and I continue on. All right, it says, Matthew 5:13, but you are the salt of the earth, but the salt have lost its savor. Wherewith shall it be sealed? It is therefore thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out, to be trodden underfoot. All right, 1 Peter 2:9. But you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that you shall show forth the praises of him who will call you out of darkness into his marvelous light. All right. All right. Songs of Solomon 1:10. Thy cheeks are comely with rows of jewels, thy neck with chains of gold. Now, they try to put a nigga vibration on there now, but no, that's an Israelite thing to have gold ropes on their necks, man. I was in line. I forgot where I was, but I saw Issachar in line. Issachar had golds in his mouth. I think he had golds in his mouth, had some shades on. You know, the Northern Kingdom, man, they're very flamboyant too. Psalms 21:2. Thou hast given him his heart's desire and has not withholden the request of his lips, Salah. For thou preventest him from with the blessings of goodness. Thou settest a crown of pure gold on his head. Can you imagine us having a crown of pure gold on our head? You ever been to a jewelry store and you ask the jeweler how many carats that is? And what do they say? 10 carats, 18 carats? No, they never say 18 carats where I'm at. They say 10 carats. If it's some 14 carats, it's gonna cost you an arm and a leg, man. Imagine wearing a crown that's 24 karat gold, man. It's just basically no metals in it but gold, man. All right? And the more pure gold is, the more finer it looks. And it has a certain glow to it, a certain look to it, man. All right, Psalms 21:3. For thou preventest him with the blessings of goodness, thou settest a crown of pure gold on his head. All right, Revelations 21:21. And the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Every several gate was on one pearl, and the street of the city was pure gold, as it were transparent glass. Do you understand what this is saying? Look at this street. That's a damn road, man. That's a street. Now imagine this being paved with pure gold. So pure that it was of transparent glass, man. The Most High is going to replenish the elements of the earth, man. All right? Don't you know the planet Earth was supposed to be a paradise for the 12 tribes of Israel? All right, and we can't even see it because we've been incarcerated in the planet Earth. The planet Earth is basically a prison. Like the guy Alex Jones used to refer to it as what? Prison planet. All right, all this concrete, you're restricted to a 9 to 5. All right? Isaiah 60:8. Who are these that fly as a cloud and as doves to their windows? All right? Surely the owls shall wait for thee, and those that fly as a cloud, all right, that's the delivered elect, all right? Been delivered out of America, all right? Isaiah 69. Surely the owls shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of Yahweh thy power, unto the Holy One of Israel, because he have glorified thee, right? And meaning he's about to elevate us and put us in a position of power. Take that stigma off us, that nigga stigma off us, man. All right? Proverbs, that's a beautiful scripture, by the way. Proverbs 3:24. When thou liest down, thou shalt not be afraid. Yeah, thou shalt lie down, and thy sleep shall be sweet. Huh? All right? Isaiah 16:17. For brass I will bring gold, and for iron I will bring silver, and for wood, brass, and for stones, iron. I will also make thy officers peace, and thy exactors righteousness. All right? And that's pretty much the point, Akim. All right? The opulence of the kingdom and the nature of the aristocratic class, and I would say the culture of the aristocratic class is everything that you have is going to be high grade, man. Everything that you possess is going to be high grade. All right? Anything short of a virgin, you're not dealing with her. All right? Anything, all right, less of top quality gemstones, anything less of top quality, triple A, whatever, however you grade it, all right? If it's less than the top thing, you're not dealing with it. Give it to the peasants. Okay? Sell it to another nation, man. All right? The Most High, because then look, we're going to be kings and priests. All right? And kings and priests, you only get things in this purest form, man. All right? That's part of the opulence of the kingdom, is that you're going to get nothing short of excellency, man. Get used to that. Get used to that, man. In the kingdom, you're going to get nothing short of excellency, man. Okay? Period. You see? But, like I said, part of the opulence of the kingdom, man, all right, it's just, we're really going to flex the power, man, that Yahweh Shem outside is going to give us, man. All right? And we just endure, man. All right? But with that, I hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Shem outside, Bashem Rakak with Dash, Devil Underside, Elder Apostles and Elder Bishops, the great millstone Ruel. Peace and blessings to the house of David the elect, Abba Baal, Kam Yashala, Salawam.